WF representing Palace, so let's tell you about Palace. Rolling straight to the ceiling, crowns and crystals, top like journeys, dishing out malice. Hold up, South London's grandest, far from bandits. Anything earned for a goal of elevation, just passing the team over here might finish out. Bright future, we can't vanish. SE25 any day, that's sellers. Rev up the engines, no more reverse reactions. Fan cams, bands on stream. Share up the team, support the dream team when eagles fly, make noise and scheme. Dare to dream or dream to dare, taking a step to become supreme.
Yes guys, welcome back to Transfer Weekly episode 4, the show where we talk about all of the rumours that are involving Crystal Palace. And honestly, since Saturday, the last release of the show, there haven't actually been that many rumours, probably only one or two which actually involve Crystal Palace. But there is one rumour today that I do think Crystal Palace need to be involved in. Yes, at the moment we're not involved, but I do think it'll be really good and it'll be really nice to see us actually go in for this player, as we have been linked with them before. The only real rumour that's come out is that Crystal Palace are looking to up their bid for Diouf for £15 million to get his signature. And today, instead of talk about multiple players, I will be covering a comparison between Diouf and another player that I do think Crystal Palace should be looking at, as we have also been linked with them before. Also, if you'd like to stay more up to date with all Crystal Palace news, please check out the shorts and other forms of media that we have been putting out, as this is how you'll get a little bit more up to date content on transfer rumours. Alright, let's get into it. Kyle Walker-Peters, he's 27-year-old versatile English fullback that can play right back, right wing back, and left wing back. He's currently playing for Southampton, and they're not really having the best of seasons at the moment. His contract expires in the summer. There's no interest in us signing him right now, but there is a lot of interest in West Ham and Everton looking for his signature. He's been playing constant football ever since he left Spurs when he went to Southampton. He's played a few seasons in the Championship, a few seasons in the Premier League, and he has been the standout performer and playing in almost every single game for the team when he has been fit. Even in the Championship, in the Premier League, he's excelled and impressed in every single position that he can play. Transfermarkt are quoting for his valuation to be about 20 million euros, but we all know he's a very, very good player, and because his contract runs out in the summer and there's no interest from him, or there's no way that he's going to be looking to re-sign a new contract with Southampton, they're looking to actually sell in this January transfer window. And he's a quality player, and reportedly from Football Insider, they're saying that they're looking to accept around about £5 million for him. So he doesn't go for free, and Everton are currently the front runners, but Crystal Palace, we've been linked to this guy before a few years ago when he actually left to go to Southampton from Spurs. And someone that versatile that can play in that many positions around the pitch, and especially for the price, I don't think he can get much better, but let's get into it as a player. He's a very comfortable and progressive footballer at the back. He likes to drive into space. He likes to pick a pass through the lines. He likes to dribble the ball a little bit. And, he's very good with both feet, actually. I don't think many people really realise about how left-footed he really is. Yes, his main foot is his right foot, but he's still very, very good on that left side. Crossing is also a very big part of his game. Southampton aren't the team to, all the way get down to the byline. He's someone who likes to cross from deep and actually drive into the box himself. So I do think if you give him that little bit more of a freer role that he probably would get at Crystal Palace, he might develop a little bit more and actually give us something slightly different to what we've already got, as he is very, very good at crossing from deep positions. He does play ever so slightly differently in different positions that he plays, so you will get a slightly different player from when he plays at left back compared to right wing back. For example, when he plays at left back, he's much more defensively minded, as he's not as good on his left as he is on his right. He's still very good on his left, but as a left back, he focuses a lot more on his defensive duties. He doesn't really fly forwards too much. He still has the ability to cut in on his right foot and dribble or pass with his right foot, which is very alien to most Premier League forwards. They're not really expecting a left back to dribble inside of their stronger foot. So, he's got that little bit of element of surprise in his game, depending on where he plays. But when you put him in that right wing back position, he's just a class above. He's able to run with the ball, he's confident, he can cross, he can dribble, he can do everything. He's an amazing player and definitely worth that £20 million, but for $5 million, incredible. Absolutely incredible. This season, he has been playing out of position. He has been playing on that left side a lot more, been playing more left wing back, and, he's still doing all right, to be fair to him. 21 games, 2 assists, 1,000 873 total minutes played. But from what you can see in last year, where he really excelled, he got a lot of goals, a lot of assists from wing back. He was much more centralized on that right hand side compared to this season where he's more on that left hand side. So you can clearly tell where he's much better and more comfortable, but he's still able to do both roles. Overall, you just know what you're going to get from Kyle Walker-Peters. I feel like it would be a little bit silly for Crystal Palace not to even entertain the idea. If he's worth £5 million, they'll accept £5 million. Send £5 million that way, because he can cover both right and left back. Yes, an acquisition like this would be greedy, in my opinion, to get someone like him to be a cover or a rotation option. But, for us to be looking to go up in the leagues, or not in the leagues, in the table, we're going to need a lot more quality in our depth, and he's probably the perfect guy to get that quality in the depth. I don't think he's as good as Munoz on the right. I don't think he's good enough at attacking on the left to be better than Mitchell. For someone that can cover both sides, you can get him in for $5 million, probably get him on half decent wages, and then by doing that you could probably push Klein out the door. We're going to be, even though it's not that much of an age difference, there's probably 5, 6, 7 years between the two. That's actually a lot, but you will be bringing the age of the squad down. You will be bringing the quality up. I feel like it will be a perfect signing, but I would say that he would be a backup, because his best position is definitely right wing back. I would still play Munoz ahead of him, but it is what it is. Why not be confident? Why not try and make expressive moves like this? And why not try and build the squad to be so much better everywhere all over the pitch, instead of just strengthening the places that we're really struggling? Yes, we need to strengthen, left back and forward areas, and in the midfield maybe as a priority. But I do think that if you get back up to Munoz, you're not going to have to rinse him every game. If you've got serious quality backup, Munoz will actually get better with a little bit of competition. You never know. £5 million, absolutely amazing. Archie Brown, 22-year-old English left-back that currently plays for Ghent in the Belgian league. We all know his quality. I've covered him in previous transfer weeklies. Dan has covered him in a thread, so if you guys want to go and check that out to see Archie Brown in a little bit more detail, please go and check that out. But a quick rundown on Archie Brown. Very physical left wing back, very progressive. He's basically a winger that can play at left back, so he plays left back and left wing as well. Very comfortable with the ball at his feet. He's got an engine, so he can run all game. 6'2", very physical, very agile, really, really quick feet. Always picks up good attacking positions. Does look to pass more than actually getting goals himself, but he does like to get assists. He's very unselfish, and he likes to make chances for his teammates. Outstanding at dribbling, passing, crossing, running, and defending as well. And also he's got the added factor that he's got a long throw to his game, so we can finally bin off Lerma's long throw. That's all I'm saying. Today we're doing something a little bit different. You might be saying, why have you just covered Archie Brown but not really done too much? We've spoken about him before, but this time we're going to do something a little bit different. We have been linked with Archie Brown before, and I do think that those rumours are going to come back again, but we are heavily linked with El Hadji Malik Diouf in this transfer window. And because I think a few years ago, they were saying, Brown's going to be worth a similar amount to Munoz, £8 million. But since then, that price has gone up to about 17 million euros, which is about £15 million. And then today, like I've just told you guys, Palace are looking to bid £15 million on Diouf. So they're both exactly the same price. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be comparing them. They're both the same price. They're both in the same position, and it's a position in which we are desperate to get a player in. So let's do a little bit of a comparison between the two. So we'll get through the easy stuff first of all. Archie Brown is 22 years old, and he has already played 4 full seasons of men's football under his belt, apart from the first season that he played where he was sort of in and out of the squad, just getting to grips with things. But he has had 4 full seasons, playing 114 total games over the last 3 years, and 97 of those being starts. So just showing that he's very comfortable, and he has worked his way into the first team, and he's clearly good enough to stay there. However, Diouf, 20 years old, only played 2 full seasons in men's football. One of those, he sort of played half the season, trying to get into the squad. But after that, he was a regular. But this is a total of 70 games, so not actually too many less than Brown within half the time. But he only has 34 starts. And that's quite a lot less. it's probably told me it took him a little bit more time to actually get to grips with things because, he only really started really performing at the end of last year, and now this year he's just sort of kicked on from where he left off there. Archie Brown's whole professional career, he has had a few injuries. He's missed 20 games in his whole career. The last one was in 23-24 season where he missed 7 games, but before that he missed 13 games in the 21-22 season. But at that age he was 19, so 6'2", 19-year-old, you could probably understand him getting injured a little bit. However, Diouf, no injuries in his whole professional career as of yet, and yes, it is 2 years less than Archie Brown, but still, we love to buy an injured player, and someone that hasn't got any injury record, amazing. All right, let's get a little bit more statistical now. If I was to show you both of these FB ref charts, who do you think's who? Do you think Archie Brown? Do you think Diouf? Which one's which? What do you think? Before I even tell you which one's which, both of them are absolutely amazing for fullbacks, let's be real. And just to make things a little bit clearer for all you guys watching, when it says 90th percentile in all of the important ones, that means that they are better than 90% of all other players that play in that same position in the whole world. So basically you could put them in the top 10% of people in that position for that specific stat. So for example, you can see on this one here, 99 percentile for total shots. That means that they are in the top 1% of all other left backs in the world for taking shots. That's basically what it means, just to make it very, very clear for you. So when we go forward, you guys can understand a little bit better about what the numbers per 90 mean in regarding to the percentage of all other players in that position. Drum roll, please. Who is getting which table? Well, isn't that a little bit of a surprise? The one with the more greens seems to be Diouf at the first look, seems to have higher greens, more greens, higher percentile greens, and overall I think he actually has a higher score. What do we value more? Do we value the higher score more, or how they would value Crystal Palace more? But that's why we're here. Let's go into a little bit more detail. One thing that I have said in my previous Transfer Weekly, and one thing I have praised Diouf for, is his shooting. He's really not afraid to shoot at all. He shoots a lot. He shoots in both bad and good situations, which you can see is both a good and a bad thing. And this is because he absolutely landslides Archie Brown when it comes to shots and non-penalty XG due to the positions that he's taken, the number of shots he's taken. But could his numbers being so high be in relation to him being in a slightly worse league, to him maybe being a little bit selfish and taking too many shots on his own? Please let me know in the comments below. Whereas when you look at non-penalty goals and assists, they are miles better than Brown, as this is because Archie Brown is only shooting in very good situations, and he does look to pass a hell of a lot more than Diouf does. Is this a show of maturity? Yes, there is only a 2-year difference, but he has played a lot more football. Do you think that him being in a team for longer, his little bit more maturity is showing that he'd rather help the team a lot more than get, personal numbers for himself? Also, being in the top 31% of players for goals and 21 in assists in all players in the same position, whereas Diouf is in the bottom 19% and 7% in the same categories. Is this also a sign of him being selfish? I don't know, you tell me. With shot creating actions, Diouf is in the top 1%, whereas Archie Brown is in the top 42%. But what I would say is that with the shot creating actions, is that Diouf is able to dribble a little bit and make some space and then shoot. And what it does mean with a shot creating action, you can also be a shot creating action that you make for yourself. So if he does a dribble past someone and then shoots, it is also a shot creating action. So because he shoots so much, he could dribble past someone and then shoot, and that would count as a shot creating action. So that may be why he has inflated his numbers ever so slightly, and also the league that he plays in. But would you say this is more selfish, or do you think this is more skill related? Because, you got to have a little bit of skill to dribble past someone. Even if they're in the certain league that they're in, you still have to be confident enough and skillful enough to actually create a shot creating action for yourself. However, Archie Brown has 2.25 creations per 90, which is outstanding, bearing in mind he averages 0.85 shots per 90. But Diouf averages 2.21 shots per 90, and his shot creating actions are 4.61. So in a weird way, if you say that he makes 2 shot creating actions himself per game, then if you take those away, it's almost the exact same when it comes to shot creating actions. Statistically, pass completion is where Diouf is better, but that could also be down to the league and the types of teams that they are playing in. I say this because, you know, I feel like Slavia Prague are by far the best team in that league, whereas Ghent possibly are not in the Belgium league. Diouf is absolutely insane when it comes to progressive passing, progressive ball carries, successful take-ons, touches in the attacking third, progressive passes received. All the numbers are per 90, and it makes nearly 7 forward passes per game, and that is forward passes per 90 to actually reach the destination of the striker, of the overlapping midfielder. However, I do believe that the one that Crystal Palace would be most interested in is the progressive carries. He has 3.14, which is an incredible number that he carries the ball forward, he dribbles forward three or more times per 90. However, when you look at Archie Brown, it's 4.19. This is a whole extra dribble per 90, and Crystal Palace, I do feel like we need someone that can act as that winger. Like, he's able to dribble forwards. He's probably better than most wingers are actually dribbling with the ball. He's absolutely outstanding when it comes to it. But I still wouldn't say that 3.14 is bad and 4 is so much better. But in this situation, is it that much better? Is he of an age where he could still learn to dribble more? I don't know. It's a very, very interesting conversation. Defending wise, they are both pretty typical fullbacks. You know, they are brilliant at going forwards, but they are not world class in any aspect when it comes to defending. But they are both really, really good in the air. I would say that it's quite shocking because Diouf is only 6 foot and Brown is 6'2", but Diouf just seems so much better in the air. You know, he's making more interceptions, he's shorter, and his jumping is amazing. It's like Lerma, he just seems to leap head and shoulders above everyone else. Yes, his clearances are a bit low, but I do feel like that's something that he could learn and improve on as he gets older. But right now, Archie Brown is definitely the more well-rounded player at this moment in time. Finally, I want to know what you guys are saying. Please put in the comments below. Please, who would you choose if we were to get one of them? And bear in mind, they are both rumoured to be £15 million. In my opinion, the main takeaway is that both players are outstanding. I do still believe that there are some places in this review or this comparison where Diouf's numbers are a little bit inflated because of the team in the league that he plays in, but he still performs really, really well in the European competitions. So that just shows me that I do think he's ready for that step up into a bigger league, into a tougher league, into tougher oppositions. But I do think that he needs to improve on some of his defending and maybe being a little bit too selfish in front of goal, maybe try and make more chances for his teammates. Whereas I do think Brown is a much more finished article. You know, yes, he's got 2 more years on him. He's 22 years old, not 20. A little bit more mature. I think he's got a little bit more to his game as well when you involve the dribbling. And I do think he actually fits our team right now a little bit better because of that dribbling ability. Also, he does have the extra utility of having a long throw. So, as I said, you can get rid of Lerma's long throw and you can get this guy in. I think finally he is English, so I would say he'd definitely fit into the team very well. And also he has English tax as well, so you might actually have to buy him for a little bit more. But if he is outstanding, you probably sell him for a hell of a lot more. Also, I wouldn't say that Diouf wouldn't fit in well because he's Senegalese. You know, he's got Ismail Sarr there, and also you've got loads of French speakers actually at the club as well. So it really is really tough of who to pick because you sort of got more physicality, power, and goal threat like from himself from one side of Diouf. You got more technical ability, utility, and dribbling ability from the other side. So it's really, really, really tough about who to pick. I still don't know now. Like, I want to say one side, but then the other side keeps on giving me another reason to pick them. I just don't know. It's too difficult. I'll put a poll in Twitter as well, so you guys can let me know. But I don't know who to pick. But yes, guys, thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you guys like that we've done a little bit of a comparison. If you like it, please smash the like button. Please remember to hit subscribe. And I still don't know now. I'm still waffling about it. What do I go for? Brown? Do I go for Diouf? I really don't know. I think if we're going for success now, I would probably say Brown. But I do think that Diouf is just going to be a world-class player one day. He's absolutely insane. Oh, I don't know. But guys, I really can't pick. But please, I hope we get one of them. Thanks for watching at the Palace. Eagles.